beautiful. Happy National Poetry Month. I've been pretty lazy, but I got some new stuff for y'all tonight. So that's right. Hey, Mr. President, you must feel like you're in heaven to call someone else a bitch during one of your rallies. You yellow-bellied bitch. If you had your own way with your presidency, then shouldn't half the people in your audience get the death penalty for being drug dealers? I mean, since you care so much about them, let's lock up the ones that show up with a briefcase and a test date and a test name. Because if I had stayed on pills and shots for the rest of my life, I'd be lame, literally lame, with no structure or muscle, just steroids to bump me up every week, but slowly kill me when you drill me with that needle of lies. As you can see, I haven't answered the call sent to me from the doctor. I know that's not logical, but they just seem more like gangsters and friends, like they was just out to get my benefits, but they're not like the drug dealers that I grew up with, because they'll give you some shit that'll heal you. And you're coming at them because they don't care about who's on the blue ribbon. Well, when you put that yellow ducktail on your head this morning, Mr. President, did you forget again about the Parkland High shooting? 17, NRA. I don't know why you would blame those that have to suffer in silence, because what they do, you say, is violent to a climate that they just trying to make it out of. The irony is that it is a domino effect, because that us dumb niggas play checkers and not chess for the monarchs like you, but out in Yachtinville, Cali, did you mention to your supporters that an old folks home just sent 3 women home before that time? They were taken. Before that, I imagine shaken. They were held hostage for 8 hours with no contact. But then it's a good idea to go in and find 3 slain women and another dickhead with a rifle. 20. So how civil can you expect me to be when the only injustices you see are in the ones that sell controlled substances?
Come on now.
Or the ones of a brown of color or a fiending mother you wanted this see since 2011 when you were making your deals with devils in order to get in heaven, helping improve letting the mentally ill purchase guns that will. I don't know why you would make that legal, but let me tell you about a place of illegalities. I'm talking about the hood where we walk around with them with ease. I'm talking about where we walk around with them every day, just in case. We might fuck up whoever fucking up the money, but never a school money. And at this point, I get confused. Are you paying them or is they paying you? I want to know who the trick or who the bitch, because every time you go after a lick, it's more of a love tap. I never heard you ask so many questions than when you're dealing with your NRA residents. Mr. President, you brought them here, now you want to build a wall, and I'm thinking it would be a good idea to swap places with all you terrorists that just want to shoot and shoot and shoot, but when someone gets shot, y'all are playing hot potato with your words. Who is going to take the blame? No. Who is going to fix it? I mean, at least over a wall, we kill ourselves with happiness instead of killing ourselves trying to embrace this hell of an America. And I mean, a bad dream. I mean, we could literally be somewhere else. Can you imagine just laughing at the edge of the world, watching the moon rise up, or holding the sight of a sphinx or a pyramid? My people, it is not see-through. It would be nice to travel, but we are all content with riding the back of this ego over the sack of shit that we have bled and died and cried. We were cast aside, fried, drowned, dried, and all for what? Equal. They said equal when I've been spoon-fed more amount of drugs than my little body should have consumed, and the vet on the street with a cardboard piece couldn't get a cup of water for free.
Come on now.
Couldn't get a cup of water for free. Excuse me. But that's how I feel about it. And this is your shit, poet. The vet on the street couldn't get a cup of water for free. It makes me wonder who the real president is, Mr. Trump or the motherfuckers we live across the street from. We are all immediately from this America. So let me show you that guns are not the only problem we have. See, I'm a mailman, and I get suspicious looks now when delivering packages, because out there in Austin, Texas, they are bombing us, and it is alarming to us, but you think every time I see you, I want to hear, uh-oh, is it a bomb? Hee. No. That shit makes me want to use your head as a ball and spike it, but that's not me. See, I try to stay true to my nature. I wanted to play football, but I don't, as you can see, so I must try to keep my mind crafty, just like we must become the bee. We must try to be crafty to recreate this hell, and excuse me. We must try to be crafty to recreate this hell. If you ask me, it's too many of us bombs that are not being bombed. So every chance we get, we need to do things like this and bomb them with our excellence and bomb them with our knowledge and greatness that has been slain and shamed and forsaken. Like the black cat, the black forsaken is for so long. Did you catch the real message? A movie comes out and then we all woke now. Don't get me wrong, I dig it, but you better live it. And as far as Mr. President, I feel like this. There's too many of us not shooting our shots. How you think he got where he is today? So for the next 4 years, we must not let this get to us. Next year's better come blood, sweat, and tears. We must not miss any of our shots. We are far more than 300 nations. Together, we have only shown the strength of ourselves. So let's flip the script. I know it's hard living amongst so much of the same, trying to change, but if we all admit that it's hard to change and we know it's supposed to be hard to change, I think it'd do us better. And, I think it'd do us better, but I'm sorry, I was trying to rush this. I only got 5 minutes, y'all. I think it'd do us better, but for now we can coexist and agree on this. Fuck Mr. President. I bet you get your ass out and vote next election, because now we got to make it through this as adults and not a colorful adults. And we hold the keys to the future, but we must hold them. We must cool them down before handing them off. See, we'll never make it to that door, but the kids are another story. So what stories can I teach my boy, and not even just mine, all of them? I'm talking to the black, white, Hispanic, Swahili, Korean, Haitian, Asian, any child of any nation shall get the gift of innocence right back, because the world they see is the world as it could be, and that's all innocence is, no more, no less. And if seeds grow, they shall choose how to plant it. They shall choose how, if seeds plant, they shall choose how to grow it, and then nothing shall prosper against that moonflower. And it's not a lie. We're really here to revolutionize, not just talk about our problems and die. Thank you, Second Verse.